Hello, this is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck, Good Attitude Services. And I just got back from a removal job. I removed it's a recliner, love seat, leather. So these are a bit tricky. I just wanted to show, I kind of want to do a video on this because, oh, and by the way, this is like a last minute job, so they were really happy. They needed to get this out, and they need to have other stuff moved. So sometimes when you do these same day jobs, it really helps people out, especially someone like that. Like they need it done today, and they need to get all that stuff for remodeling, so they had to get that stuff out. So I also have to move another one of these sofas, but I just wanted to show you because I don't think I've done a video yet on how to the thing about these recliners is they're extremely heavy because they got all this, it's just, these are, see how they have they're electronic, they have these wires, they hook up, so it adds a lot of weight. They have a metal frame on the bottom, and you have to see it, it's a metal frame, so it has quite a bit of weight as opposed to a regular sofa or a regular love seat. So when you come across these, one thing I learned when I used to deliver for a recliner chair, lift chair, and we also had recliner sofa, so I delivered all these things, so I learned the trick and made it easier. I wanted to show you if I can. I'm kind of one-handing this camera here, so we'll see if I can get it so we can see what I'm talking about. So when you're moving these things, anytime you see there's a doorway, like the doorway I was going through, and it was around 31 inches or so. Well, with the tops on here, unless you angle it and you kind of angle it through, which makes it hard, it's a lot more there's a lot more weight on you when you're trying to do that. And I was doing this by myself, so in this case I was using a dolly, so you want to make sure that the backs come off. Sometimes they don't, but I'll show you. See the backs here, see the flap. Let me see if I can see them. Let me see what I'm talking about. See these flaps. If there's Velcro on the bottom here, right on here, see this Velcro part. Check that when you're going to the customer's house and you see these recliners. That's the first thing I check to see if these flaps have a Velcro, because if they do, that means you can pull them out and you can get to this point here, and there's where these clips are. See these clips? There's a clip right here. You install it right here, but when you want to take it out, sometimes you have to use a screwdriver. Sometimes you can do it by hand, but but sometimes I have to put it. I don't have a screwdriver with me, so I have to put a screwdriver in there to push it back, or you have to push. See that little piece there? So I'll put it back on and show you how it works. It's great when it has. Let me see if I can put that there. See if I can get it to right there. Use that all. So what you gotta do is see these cords. This is a 2-prong cord that plugs in right here, and it clips on. See that clips on there. So when you're pulling these off, you want to make sure. Of course, this is a removal, so it wasn't. It's not necessary to be all careful with it. But if you're delivering it, you want to make sure you don't break this cord. So pop that little thing down there. See if you can see it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. And pull that little 2-prong. See that prong? That's for the electronics. So when you pop it back on, make sure, see see these two pieces. Well, let's see if I can get it down here. I'll show you. See these pieces here they hook into here, and that's and then they lock in with these little latch. So you have that plugged in, and then you latch that. So let me see if I can get it back over here. I'll show you how it works. It's a little hard doing it with like that, but and make sure these flaps kind of get in the way, so that I always hold them back like that, and then see that's on that side. Sometimes you have to push them a little bit, make sure they're in one like that. Sometimes you have to use a flashlight to see that. I'm not going to bother with that right now, but so it hooks right in, and then when you feel it's locked in, you can move it around and see it's locked in. So that is one. I'll show you the front. See, there's the front. So now it's locked in. And like a small, this one has a centerpiece. It works the same way. I'll show you the back side. Sorry. See, the centerpiece is the same thing, same way. It has these, got it kind of dark in there to see, but see these guide where the it looks like where these metal pieces here guide into here, and they have these holes, and the hole locks into this clip. So you can move the clip like that. But like, yeah, I always have a screwdriver. I don't have my screwdriver with me right now, but sometimes you have to put the screwdriver in there to pull it out, to push in here and pull this little clip out. So I don't have that right now, but I'll show you again. Same thing, same procedure. Let's see if I get over here. Yeah, look, you got these little, same procedure. Make sure they're guided into, it's like a track. And then once you get it lined up, press down, it's locked in. I'll show you what it looks like. See, there it is. And these arms here, see, these have the same system. It's like a track system, and those go. Let's see if we can find where they're going. Since I see has the buttons here, the electronics. Since it was already taken apart, I'm trying to find where those arms go. Well, I'll find out when I put it together. It'll be apparent, but it's the same thing here. See, is that? So I'll get that one. Let me line it up. Let me put this center right there for you. And get that. Same procedure. Lap up like that. I'll even plug this one in. See if you can see it. There's the electronic piece. This is the wire with the two prong. You find there's a large prong and a small prong. You pull the clip back, plug it in, clip it back, so that's ready to go. Then you find where they line up on there. Like that. Sometimes you have to push them in. This flap is always in the way. I don't like the way these flaps are set up, but that's the way it goes. You get in there. Sometimes it takes two people. You get it lined up on that side, and then the flap gets in the way. So I'm gonna push it down. It lines up. Line up. Oh. Push it up like that. Now it lines up. Oh, it did line up. Yeah, these flaps. Sometimes I wonder if it's just tape them. I have another Velcro part in the back. It doesn't work. So let me see if I can get it this way. Lined up in there, lined up in here, there. That one's a little bit. It's harder than I thought. It's what you have to have someone hold that for you, because it just keeps getting in the way. Once you get in there, and this one's a little bent, so you have to get it lined up. I don't know why it's not lined up. It might be a little bent, because they might have forced it out. I don't know what was working there. And I don't have my flashlight with me. That's another thing, you want your flashlight. That is interesting. Never come across one is that stubborn. It's really stubborn. It's in there. It's really this side here. It must have been bent. But it's not. You know what I'm thinking? Is this the right one? Sometimes like it might be that. This one might be for that side, and that one might be for this side. So you got to make sure. That's probably what's going on. Let me look. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. I had it wrong. These are. I'm just kind of showing you an example, but the problem with this one, see that? That's for the arm. So that's supposed to be on that side. These are going into the. I'm taking this to the transfer station, so I'm not worried about if it breaks. So I'm just showing you examples. So the same thing here. We're popping the clip off. Pull that back. Pull out. Now, here I'll show you how they take them off. How it comes off. And it's a little bit dark in here, so maybe you can see it over there. Should have brought my flashlight. The same thing when you pull this flap up here. Sometimes the easiest way to do these, here I'll show you. I'm gonna show you another trick. Sometimes with these things, sometimes it's easier to put it on its front. I mean, to flip it so it's on its knee, what I call on its knees. So this is up, so you can work on it. So let me do that right here, show you how that works. These are real heavy, so be careful. There's a door in here. Make sure. These arms are here. And arms in there. So, back to work. Let's see. That's already popped out. The way to do is pick it up. Be careful with these things because they're really bulky. Let me show you. So now, see how it's on the sideline. So yeah, this is, I was dragging around dirt. This is going to the trash anyway. But see how I put it on the side. Make sure it's like on a, you know, when you're putting it like that, that this is covered in a blanket so you don't scratch the leather. But then you have access to the back. I see all this frame here, and all the electronics. This is a mechanism that hooks into the electronic pieces, and there's a motor, or this slides back. I don't know what this is for. Yeah, this must be the motor that pulls it back and forth, reclines it. See all that metal stuff? If you can, if it's really super heavy and you're by yourself, well, I'm gonna glass stuff on. If it's really heavy and it's a junk removal job, I've even done this on a delivery. It was like a Craigslist buyout. And it was a huge sectional like this. So it was way bigger, way heavier. So what we did, the customer actually took all this frame off. See this? And he took all these screws off and bolts and pulled the whole metal frame off. And then it separated each piece. So you could take each piece and I could stack them all inside here. It made it easier to load it in here. But putting it back together, that wasn't easy. So I tend to not do that. So what I do is just make sure, like I said, there's the Velcro, pull that off. And then you look for these clips here. And that's where you pop the clip off. So I'll show you how that works. It's kind of hard to do when you're holding like this. But see that clip right there? You usually have gloves. These are sharp. I mean, not sharp, but they hurt. Either put a screwdriver in here, put gloves on, and then you pull this back and push up. So usually you want to have someone helping you with that. Pull up like that. Let me go back here. Let me put this. I can't do it with a phone in my hand. Let me put it like that. So either we clip right here, this clip here, and that clip there. Go like that. See how it pops out? Got some, I'm going to do it a little bit to get some room. Now see how it's out of the clip on there. There, it's out of the clip there. And it's see, it pops out. Now make sure you have the wire picking out. See, there it goes. Now, what I'll do, since that was on the wrong side, you always want to make sure on these, you're putting it back together. These have, see that, this right here? That's for the arms. See the arm right here? See these? See how it has that clip on there? These arms go, and you gotta see where, see how it's larger on this side? So it slides in that mechanism here. See, you gotta figure out which, this is the wrong side. See, these are, make sure you got the right side. There we go, here's the mechanism. And now see how you have to match it to where it's matching with the sofa itself. and you slide it in there. So there you go. That will complete the side. Not all of them are like that, but some are. And just as we did before, roll this up here. See how easier it is when you're on the side of this. And then you just line up this. Make sure you're not pinching off that cord there. So you're line up with these. I'll show you. Let me see if I can let that go for a minute. Okay. See how it's lined up there, line up there. This, where's the other cord? I don't know where the cord is. That might have been removed, but you'd normally clip the cord into the other socket. Lined up, locked. See how it's locked here? It snapped. You want to make sure these are engaged, both of them. So that's how you. I think I showed you that. You clip here. I think it was that clip there. And make sure it's locked in. Ready to go. So there. It's a little example of how you save time. Well, not save time, but when you pull these backs off, it gives you so much more. You're able to. It saves you all this space here, up to here and here. So you put it on its side, put it on a 4-wheel dolly or on any kind of dolly, and you have that much more space to get through a doorway or a hallway. So that's why I always do that. If it's like a double door, then I don't have to worry about that. Then I won't take the backs off. But for just a regular sized door in an apartment, check that first, see if it's possible, because these are extremely heavy. I've come across some of these mechanical ones that were like, they were so unbelievable. We had to use straps underneath plus the 4-wheeler. That's how heavy it was just to get it into the house. So this one wasn't too bad. This is a smaller, it's only a 2-seater, but I have to go back and move the big sofa, but I'm only moving that the next room over, so that won't be a big deal. Anyway, I just thought I would kind of go through that. Also, it's really nice weather. It's since it was really cold all last week and the week before, but now it's like 52 degrees. It's really nice. So I don't know how long that's going to be, but I'm enjoying it. I like this. It's a nice cool weather, but not icy cold or not too hot. So I'm going to be going out doing finishing this job on Tuesday. My other job I had today canceled, so I had this one. But now that the weather's better and cleared out and not so icy, I can go out and do the truck work like I like to do. So hope everything's great. I hope you got something out of this video. I wish I had better lighting. I mean, it's kind of getting dark out, and I wish I had more like a camera where I could, because it's hard for me to hold this camera, but I try to do the best I can. Maybe I'll do a revision on this if it doesn't look good, but for now, if anyone has any questions about that, put it in the comments. It's just a lot of customers don't even realize that you can take these backs off. I run into that a lot, so I always tell them how to do it, and it makes it a lot easier for the next time when you have to move these things, because these are brutal heavy, and you want the less weight on them, less volume, the easier. And that's you want to work smart, not try to break your back. Get the right dollies. I used this trusty old appliance dolly. That's how I stood this thing up once I had the backs off, put it on there, strapped it on, and I was able to take it out to the back side of the yard. And so you always want different types of dollies, 4-wheelers, dollies, and everything you can to make it easier. I've been doing this for a long time, and I always try to do it the easiest way I can, so I'm not going to injure myself. So anyway, let me take these gloves off here because I can't use the phone. This is Daryl at 10-Foot Truck. Good Attitude Services. Have a great week, because it's Sunday. I hope you have a great, prosperous week next week. And we're going into the end of January and into February, and that's a good thing because the weather starts to get A little bit better. It's still gonna be cold, but it's not gonna be so icy and snowy. At least that's the way it looks for now. Other parts of the country might be different. Hope everyone's great out there. Signing out.